Hello, everyone. I am your host, Tommi Vincent, and I'm so delighted that today on In Her Words, we have joining us at the table Deanna Flores, and she is a world champion, y'all. We got the champ in the building. She is a World Games 2022 gold medalist. She is the flag football ambassador by the NFL and IFAF, which is the International Federation of American Football. She is the chair of IFAF Athletes Committee, and she is the quarterback of the Mexican national team. Welcome to the table, Deanna.
Thank you so much, Tommy, for the nice presentation and for the invitation to this podcast. I'm happy to be here, excited to share a little bit about my story and to be able to connect with you and your audience. So, thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, my very first question for you is I like the opportunity for every woman that joins me at this table to be able to share with everyone listening who they are in their own words. So, who is Deanna Flores?
Wow. Um, well, Diana Flores is a passionate woman uh, who loves to who loves to challenge herself always to be able to show to herself and the world what she's capable of. Um, I like to inspire women and people through my story, through my journey, through what I've done. Um, I am a woman that had the dream of someday um, look at the little girls that are coming with the same opportunities in sports as men today. I have the dream to open new paths and new doors for them to be able to achieve their dreams and to let them know that they are capable to do anything they want. Also, besides the sport, I am a big sister. I have two brothers, well, one brother and a sister. I am a proud big sister. Um, and I am a passionate traveler. Also, I like to connect with people around the world and pretty much give everything I have to the sport and make my sport grow worldwide.
Let's just say this right now because what you talked about being your dream, it's already coming true because you are a trailblazer and you are not new to this, you are true to this. You have been paving the way and knocking down doors for girls everywhere to be able to participate in a sport that at one time when you were younger that it was only for boys. And then you had the opportunity to play on that team at the age of 14 years old, and you were the only girl that was on that team. So I want to just go on record right now. She talked about her dreams, but these dreams are now becoming reality. The mere fact that we have a world champion sitting right here with us is an indication of that. So, congratulations on dreams coming true.
Thank you so much. Well, for me, that's the most amazing thing about my journey or about what I have achieved. For me to achieve the gold medal at the World Games um, means more than just an achievement for me, because as you said, I feel that somehow this set up the path for other girls to follow, to show them that they are able to do whatever they want. As you said, I started playing flag football when I was 8 years old. And at that age, flag football was not even popular. We didn't had a lot of categories. We didn't had a lot of teams in the city. So as you said, somehow to be able to keep growing with my game, I started to play with boys at the age of 14. And that was an interesting experience in my life because, of course, as a girl, I had to break up with a lot of mental barriers that are between girls and boys playing in the same team at the same time at the same field. So to be able to compete in flag football with them, since flag football is a sport that gives men and women the same opportunities and the same representation on the field to show up themselves, um, I was able to break down with all of these mental barriers and show that it is not a matter of being boy or girl or being tall or short or whatever. It's just a matter on how much you want it and how much you prepared for the opportunity. So I think for me that's the most important thing, and that's a message that has to be spread through new generations.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So you talked about, how you were able to go to the World Games and the Mexican national team won the gold medal. In that moment, all of the hard work, the process, because champions are not made the day of the game. Champions are made in the process, the hard work, the training, the nutrition, everything that goes into the mental fortitude that allows for you to be a champion on game day. What was that moment like? I know that there's the piece you talk about where it's creating opportunity for other people, but it was your team's hard work. It was all the years and effort that you put into that that allowed for that moment to become a reality for you. So, how did you feel in that moment?
Well, yes, as you said, I think that's something that happens always in life, that there is so much more behind what you can see in front of you. Um, that's a thing that always happens in different situations in life. And of course, as an athlete, as you said, um, for me, it was a journey. I have 16 years playing flag football. And being part of the national team, I have 9 years being part of the national team and representing my countries in different competitions and World Cups. So for me, it took 9 years of hard work, 9 years of having the dream, 9 years of waking up every day to practice and find the ways to be better. As you said, not all the time we have um, all the opportunities nearby us. Not all the time is gonna be easy, but you have to find your way to make it happen. For me, well, I had to find um, physical preparation or physical trainer in order to become better, and nutritionist. I had to find new ways to improve myself and to level up my game, because I know that that was what my country and me we were needing in order to achieve the goal. So to be able to be at that tournament at that point in life and connect also with my teammates, with a group of women that also gave everything during the process to achieve the same goal, when motivation and mentality of every player of the team is aligned for the same goal, magic happens. And for us, that happened. I mean, that was something that we were dreaming for a long, long time. And to be able to achieve it in the way that we did, so it was just unbelievable. It's just like one of the best experiences that I have had in my life. And whoever is listening to this, I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how long it takes. If you really believe in it, if you really want it with all your heart and with your soul, you will achieve it. Don't give up just because you're not at the situation or at the spot you want to be right now. Just focus on working on yourself to become better and be ready for the moment that the opportunity meets you. So, dreams come true.
Thank you for those powerful words of inspiration. And sometimes that's what it takes. It takes hearing someone else's story and seeing their dreams come true and understanding that it wasn't just a moment in time, it was a sequence of commitment and dedication and hard work and a long period of time in order for that dream to come true. The bigger the dream, the longer the process in order for us to get to that space where that big dream comes true. So, thank you for those words of encouragement for everyone. So, how old were you when you had, or the love of American football realized for you, where you saw it and you was like, man, I want to do that right there?
Wow. I think it was like a, um, I don't know. It was love at first sight for me, almost, because I started at the age of 8. Pretty much how I entered into this football world was because of my dad. My dad used to play football, so one day he just came home and told me like, okay, let's go to park, let's go to play. We used to do that every afternoon, and we ended up at the football field at a flag football practice. So I remember that we just watched the practice. At that time, we didn't had like youth categories in Mexico, so the girls were a lot older than me. I was 8, they were probably like 15, 16 years old. Anyway, we watched the practice, and at the end, he asked me like, would you like to try to do that? I said yes, of course, because I loved the energy of the team, the teamwork. I loved to watch everyone running and just giving the best of themselves to catch every pass. So I got excited. Of course, I said yes, and since then, well, I'm still playing. Like it has been 16 years without leaving the sport, and for me, every year that um, keep passing, it is amazing to see how the sport keeps changing somehow, how it keeps evolving, and I just keep falling more in love with it.
Why is it important for you for flag football to grow globally?
Well, for me, flag football, um, it is a sport that has the, how to say it. Well, flag football for me truly changed lives. I'm just gonna start with that. And why I say so? Because it has changed mine. Not just um, in the way of having fun or meeting people. Of course, those are amazing things. But um, it has formed the person I am today in terms of character, in terms of determination, being able to connect with people and really get to understand them, um, to be a good teammate, to be a good friend, and it has also impacted other aspects in my life, like my education. I was able to study a professional career through this sport because I got a scholarship. I just graduated this year, actually, and I'm
Congratulations.
so grateful. Thank you. And I'm so grateful with flag football because it has opened a lot of opportunities in my life. Not only, as I said, as to grow as a person, but also as a professionist, um, to meet new people, to connect um, with other people around the world. So for me, that's one of the biggest things that flag football has to give to other people worldwide, to the new generations. It has the power to build relations between people, between men and women. That for me, that's one of the most important things and one of the most needed things right now in the world. We need to understand that it is not a matter of being man and woman. It is not a matter of where you're from. Uh, it's just a matter of what you have in your heart, of what you're willing for, on what you have to give. And since flag football give the opportunity for men and women to have the same exposure and the same opportunities on the field, I think it is the perfect vehicle to build those relationships between between boys and girls. So for me, it is a thing of growing opportunities, like giving opportunities to boys and girls to grow as persons and to achieve their dreams in the way they want.
Hmm. So you mentioned about this sport, the sport of flag football, how it can create the opportunities for both boys and girls. And your experience at the age of 14 was on the field playing with an all boy team. And then in the tournament, also, you were the only girl present there at that time. When you stepped on that field with all of those boys around you, your skill set was, cemented. You had worked really hard at that point. How did you feel when you were on the field with the other boys? Did you feel like you had to play harder, or were you fixed in your spot, so firm and sure about who you were that you just went out there and did what you knew how to do?
Well, um, at that time, as a girl playing flag football, I remember that I always had the feeling um, of fighting to earn my spot. To always had to show people what I was capable of instead of just focusing on growing myself and be better. It was always a feeling of having to earn it, you know? Um, because it is not something that people gives to you. Um, at that time, I remember that when I arrived to the team, even the coaches or my teammates, and not because they were mean with me, but it is just something that it is on our mindsets, like a society. I feel that we still have a lot of things to change. But I remember that they didn't trust it in me 100%. Not even my teammates, not even the coaches, because the feeling of, oh, she's a girl, she cannot do that, she cannot run faster, she cannot throw hard, blah 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 blah. All of those were things that were on the table all the time, and I had to fight all the time to break with them, to show that those were not real. And to be honest, it took a time for that to happen, but it is not something impossible to do, because as I said, it's just a matter of willing, a matter of determination, um, to have your goal really set up in your mind. And once it happens, once they started realizing that, okay, she's a girl, but she's even better than me, and that was true. I was even better than a lot of the boys that were on the team, and it was because I really wanted it. I was really training hard to earn it. So once that happened, for me, that's one of the most amazing things that I could experience, because you can experience how the mentality change, how people accept you, not because you're a girl or you're a boy. People accept you for what you're doing, for what you have to give on the table, and that's the most, for me, the most amazing thing. And yeah, so that was my first experience with this at the age of 14, and the power that I feel at that time, the power that you feel as a girl to understand yourself and show yourself and the world, then you're capable to do whatever you want. It is something that I really would like to other girls to experience worldwide, because it is something there. It is something achievable. But sometimes, as a woman, as a girl, you just need to have the vision. You just need maybe someone to tell you that, hey, it's here, you can do it. Because for me, as a woman, we are the most determined, like, human beings. Like,
Yeah.
we're determined, we're passionate. um so yeah, that was one of the most amazing experience. It was hard at the beginning, but the learning for me is invaluable.
Did you, at that time, did you have someone who was giving you words of wisdom and encouragement to help keep you focused? Was there somebody in your ear?
Well, um I'm so blessed to have the family I have, because they have always been behind me. My dad, my mom, and even my siblings. Um, my dad for me has been one of the closest persons I have had during my journey as an athlete. And for them, they don't even question, I mean, never. They never question my potential. They never question if I could do that. They never question my will to play with boys, for example. They never question my will to play with older girls. Never. And I never heard a word like, you cannot do it because you're younger, or be careful, or take care. Those words were never in our vocabulary at home. Not even, for example, with playing with all the older girls or with boys. They were never like, take care, watch yourself. No, it was the opposite. Like, give your best, and if you're gonna do it, I remember my dad telling me, like, if you're gonna play with boys, if you're gonna play with guys, when I was older, of course, then you have to do not your 100%. You have to give your 110%. Like, and if you're gonna fight for a bull, like, go fight for it. And it doesn't matter if you have to hit the other guy, or to hit the other boy. You have the same abilities to fight for that bull. So for me to um, hear those kind of words and empower words since I was young, of course, really helped me to build a mentality um, of empowerment, and to realize that there were no limits at all.
Yeah, because you were focusing on the objective. You were focusing on what is the end game here. You weren't focusing on the people. So every time you showed up, it was give it all you got, be excellent, and execute on the things that you've trained for so that you can be the best. And so that's amazing. That's a really great example of when the people, your support system, surrounds you and rallies around you and supports you in your endeavors, that can become some really on time fuel to help us get to the points and where we desire to be in life. So I'm so grateful that you had that around you in the process to be able to not only endure but sustain the process to get you where you are today.
Yes, as you said, um, sometimes I think we do not realize that our words can really make a big impact on others, on the ones that surround us. And I learned this from my mom, for example. I know that when I started playing, when she saw that I was playing with older girls and sport that she was not familiarized with, she was scared at the beginning. She, like, of course she didn't told me at that time, and that's my point, that she didn't told me at that time. At the beginning, she didn't understood uh, the sport and the dynamic, and uh, it was something unfamiliar for her. But um, instead of telling me her worries, she always encouraged me. Maybe through something that she didn't even understood, but she was always there. Maybe she didn't had the correct advice, for example, for the game because she didn't knew about that. But she had the, I don't know, the empowerment word to tell me you can do it. Keep going. You're doing well, even if I was not. You know. So sometimes, I think it is important for us as persons to realize that what you say to others makes a big impact, can make a big impact for a good reason or a bad reason. And that sometimes you're not gonna understand everything that is going on in others' life. And um, you don't need to understand all of that to be a positive impact for others. So I feel that it is important to understand this because um, it is important to build connections, to build like a support web, I could say, like for the people that surround us. And in the way you build that for others, it will always work for you. So it is not. It is like it is teamwork, you know. So as much as you encourage others to achieve their goals, that encouragement, that support, it's always gonna work for you.
Can you share with us about your project on focus?
Yes. So I'm so excited to start with that project because I feel that right now, as you know, everything is changing, it's moving fast, and we need a lot of things to get done in order to build opportunities and paths for girls. So that's what it is about. On Focus, it is about empower girls to achieve their dreams, to give them the how to say it, like the tools or the facilities, the knowledge they need to get better as an athlete. Of course, it is focused in flag football because flag football for me is first the best thing ever and an amazing thing to build like self growth. So focused is a thing for empower girls, build new paths, build relationships between athletes here in Mexico and in an international way. And of course, my vision someday is to build a strong community, a strong flag football community worldwide, in order to connect all the athletes with the coaches, with the universities, and make the sport something with a bigger significance, something with a bigger impact for girls' lives, to give them opportunities and everything they need to grow as persons, as the best persons they can.
Do you have any advice for other girls who desire to play flag football at a championship level?
Well, first, never give up. Never give up. It will take you the time it is needed to arrive to your life. Um, there is nothing right in stone. There is not like the perfect path to follow. You have to build your path. You have to um, get to know yourself. You have to focus on your goals, and in that way I feel that somehow magic happens. I mean, life will start putting the correct people in your way, putting the correct decisions that you have to take in order to get where you're gonna be. So don't give up. Dreams come true. You have to really and truly believe that with every cell of your heart, and never lose the focus on what you want to become.
So, in this segment, it is titled, I Am Bringing Her to the Table with Me. And this is your opportunity to give someone verbal flowers for another woman for having her fingerprint on your journey, for you know that you are not where you are today without her.
Wow. um well, I have to bring to the table to my mom. um yeah, I know that without all her effort, I would never be where I'm right now. I could never achieve what I have achieved because she was the one um, supporting me from behind the scene all the time during all the journey. She have done a lot of things, and maybe without me knowing, but a lot of things for me to be able to have all the time to practice, to have all the everything that I needed to become better. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for everything you have done. Thank you for always trusting on me when sometimes not everybody did. Thank you for always reminding me that I was capable to do anything I wanted.
Beautiful, beautiful. Now, this segment is Food is Love. I am a chef, and the way that I love people and welcome them into my space is I love to feed people and I love to experience food. I feel like food, when you're talking about that magical component in life, that food, when people gather around the table, that magic happens. And so I have a couple of food questions for you. What food best describes your personality and why?
Ooh. Okay, my what food describes my personality? I would say, of course, I'm gonna go with a typical Mexican dish. I'm gonna go with enchiladas de mole. So, for the ones that do not know what enchiladas de mole are made with chocolate and chili. So it is a great combination that it sounds crazy sometimes, but I promise you it tastes good. And why it describes me, because of that, I have the well, I'm a person that can be sweet. I love to connect with people, to make team. Um, I'm a very sensitive person in terms I could watch a movie and cry because the dog get lost or something like that. But at the same time, I know that when something comes into my mind, I'm just determined to finish whatever task I start. So I can be determined and rude, and I will never stop until I get what is in my mind.
Has food ever been healing for you?
Yes. Um, for me, whenever I have a bad day, um, or I want to cheer up myself, and arroz con leche, which is another dessert. could make my day a lot better at the instant I try it.
So something sweet is going to make it all better. I get it. I get it. Does your family have a recipe, and I call them heirloom recipes, that has been passed down from generation to generation?
So yes, in my family we have a special recipe, and it's for pozole. Pozole is like a soup with chicken and corn and another couple things on it. It is delicious, and my mom, for me, makes the best one in the world. And yeah, it is a recipe that has been passing it from my grandmom to my mom, and now it's my turn to learn it properly how to do it.
So, Deanna, thank you so much for joining me and staying a while at the In Her Words table. Can you please share with everyone how they can stay engaged with you to continue to watch your journey and see how your dreams continue to come true?
Yes, I would love to connect with you all through my Instagram account, which is Diana Flores, Flores without the O, 33. On Twitter, which is Diana underscore Flores, and the new Instagram account for On Focus, which I hope it will start growing and making new projects within the NFL, IFAF. I'm dreaming big there. So it's on underscore focus. And yeah, let's keep in touch, let's keep engaged, and let's keep building community.
Wonderful. So I will make sure that we also add that information into the show notes so that people can click those links in the show note information and follow along on this journey. Thank you so much, Deanna, for joining me at the In Her Words table. As always, you are welcome to take your seat here anytime, to stay a while and have additional conversation with me, Tommi Vincent. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Tommi.